What if everything you've been told about UFOs and alien encounters isn't quite the whole story? For more than 70 years, the US government has dismissed mysterious sightings, strange crashes, and classified footage as weather balloons, optical illusions, or experimental aircraft. Yet the truth behind these events may be far more complex and hidden right in front of us. It all began in the summer of 1947 near Roswell, New Mexico. Something unusual crashed in the desert, sparking headlines that first called it a flying disc. But just a day later, the narrative changed dramatically. The military said it was a weather balloon. This sudden flip raised many eyebrows. Locals near the crash site described seeing pieces of shiny metal and debris unlike anything they had ever seen, and some even claimed to have witnessed strange, small bodies. Despite these accounts, officials urged people to stay silent. Years afterwards, the government offered another explanation, linking the incident to a secret program known as Project Mogul, a highly classified balloon surveillance project aimed at spying on the Soviet Union during the early Cold War. While this explanation seemed plausible to some, it did little to satisfy many who suspected a deeper secret. Why the quick cover-up? Why the insistence on silence, as reports of strange flying objects multiplied across the country? The U.S. Air Force launched Project Blue Book in 1952 to investigate these sightings and ease public concern. Over 12,000 cases were analyzed, with most attributed to mundane causes like weather phenomena or misidentified aircraft. Still, over 700 cases remained officially unidentified. Among these were reports from trained pilots describing fast-moving lights that defied conventional explanation. Despite these intriguing accounts, the government's official stance often downplayed the significance. In 1969, Project Blue Book was abruptly shut down, with officials declaring UFOs posed no threat to national security. Yet declassified documents released decades later revealed some reports had been altered or withheld from the public, and entire files had mysteriously disappeared. The full truth remained elusive, sparking theories that this was just the beginning of something far bigger. Hidden deep in the Nevada desert lies one of the world's most secretive military bases, Area 51. For decades, the government denied its existence outright. Constructed in the 1950s to develop and test advanced spy planes like the U-2 and later the SR-71 Blackbird, the base quickly became a magnet for speculation. Many sightings of strange objects were later attributed to these high-altitude aircraft, but the rumors persisted. The real attention shifted dramatically in 1989, when a man named Bob Lazar came forward. Lazar claimed to have worked at a site near Area 51 called S4, where he assisted in reverse engineering alien spacecraft. He described a small saucer-shaped ship powered by a mysterious element, Element 115, which at the time was unknown to science. Lazar's story seemed outlandish to many, yet he provided details about the base's layout and security that were not publicly available. Years later, Element 115 was synthesized in laboratories, lending some credibility to his claims. Despite the government finally acknowledging Area 51's existence in 2013 through declassified CIA documents, they made no mention of aliens, extraterrestrial technology, or recovered spacecraft. Instead, the site was portrayed simply as a testing ground for experimental aircraft. So why such intense secrecy? Why armed guards, no-fly zones, and an official silence that persists? Some believe Area 51 may be more than just a military base. Perhaps it holds secrets humanity is not yet ready to face. Then came the 2004 Nimitz incident, when Navy pilots encountered a tic-tac-shaped object moving at incredible speeds without wings or visible engines. Attempts to chase the craft failed as it performed maneuvers beyond any known aircraft's capability. This encounter remained classified until 2017, when the Pentagon released the famous videos recorded by Navy pilots in 2015, Go Fast and FLIR 1, showing unidentified aerial phenomena. For the first time, the government publicly confirmed the authenticity of these videos, but stopped short of explaining what these objects were. In recent years, whistleblowers have stepped forward, bringing new fuel to the fire. One prominent figure is David Grush, a former intelligence official who, in 2023, claimed the U.S. government possesses non-human craft and even biological materials recovered from crash sites. Grush alleged these programs were kept hidden, even from Congress, pointing to a secrecy so deep that many within government agencies remain unaware. Military pilots have also come forward, recounting encounters with unexplained flying objects that seem to be happening regularly, not isolated incidents. If experienced pilots and high-ranking officials affirm these phenomena, why is the public still left in the dark? For decades, the government's official line was denial. But in 2022 and 2023, the conversation shifted. For the first time in decades, Congress held public hearings on unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs. Pentagon officials testified openly, admitting strange sightings without explanations. The message changed from outright dismissal to acknowledgement. Yes, we've seen things we cannot identify. A new agency, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, was created to track and analyze anything moving in inexplicable ways across air, sea, and land domains. This office collects reports from pilots, military installations, and satellites, signaling a potential step toward transparency. Yet many remain skeptical. Why reveal this now? Some suggest it's a carefully controlled disclosure, strategically sharing limited truths while protecting larger secrets. Why would the government hide evidence of extraterrestrial life? The reasons may be more complicated than they appear. One is fear. How would society react if the existence of aliens were confirmed? Would beliefs crumble? Would chaos ensue? National security is another major factor. If alien technology has been recovered, it would represent a revolutionary advantage in military and technological power. Governments would not willingly share such a breakthrough with rivals. Maintaining secrecy preserves strategic dominance. Money also plays a role. Private defense contractors work closely with the military on secretive projects. And if alien tech exists, these companies could be developing new weapons or systems. Disclosure would risk losing control over lucrative contracts and proprietary innovations. Some experts propose that psychological operations are at play. The UFO narrative could be a deliberate distraction, directing public attention away from other covert activities. By mixing truth with fiction, through Hollywood portrayals, planted fake leaks, and sensational stories, the real facts become harder to discern. Whistleblowers have been discredited or silenced, while official agencies sow confusion. Hollywood has shaped popular perceptions of aliens for decades, turning extraterrestrials into colorful characters in movies and TV shows. This cultural framing makes it easier to dismiss genuine claims as fantasy, despite credible eyewitnesses and whistleblowers. Some believe intelligence agencies have deliberately collaborated with filmmakers and journalists to manipulate public opinion, turning UFOs into a subject of ridicule. Around the world, some countries have chosen more openness. Brazil has released many military UFO files, and France's government agency, GEIPAN, studies sightings publicly. In 2023, Mexico shocked observers when journalist Jaime Maussan presented 2 alleged alien bodies before its Congress, stirring debate despite scientific skepticism. These examples show alternative approaches to transparency. In contrast, the U.S. remains cautious, offering limited admissions and controlled disclosures. While other governments lift the veil, America keeps many answers locked away. Behind the scenes, massive defense corporations like Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and Northrop Grumman may be deeply involved. These companies, with close government ties and a revolving door of personnel between military and corporate roles, handle top-secret projects. Whistleblowers suggest some alien technology is not stored in government hangars, but in private labs, where it is studied and reverse-engineered away from public scrutiny. This arrangement offers both secrecy and profit. The implications of all this are staggering. What if free energy, anti-gravity, or other advanced technologies derived from extraterrestrial sources already exist but remain hidden? The confirmation of alien life and recovered tech could reshape religion, science, geopolitics, and humanity's place in the universe overnight. For decades, the narrative was simple: deny, discredit, distract. Now cracks are appearing. Whistleblowers speak out, military personnel report encounters, and governments slowly open their files. Yet the U.S. continues to reveal only fragments, just enough to quell curiosity, but not enough to satisfy it. If the government has been concealing the truth for over 70 years, what else might be hidden behind those no-fly zones, classified documents, and secrecy? Are we being prepared gradually for a monumental disclosure, or are we being expertly misled and distracted? This story is not just about aliens. It is about control, power, and who decides the future of knowledge and technology. The truth may be closer than we think. Will you demand to know it? Join the conversation and share your theories. Are we truly alone, or simply kept in the dark? Subscribe and stay tuned for some more interesting truths you might want to know.